J-O-E in the place to be. HB on the track, it's like ecstasy. Rolling a well of 7 years, what we drink and be. Trying to sling the dopest rhymes in the galaxy. Let me take a minute though and relax your mind. Sometimes these words can be hard to find. 24/7 on that daily grind. Hearing voices in my head, man, they not that kind. Cause bitches be bitching, snitches keep snitching. The world keeps turning, and I keep hitching a ride. Instead of living my life. Yo, 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 yo.
Man, when you feel hungry, don't you have to eat?
Yo, yo, pump up the volume and digest this beat.
Rapscallions in the house with this lyrical treat.
When we're done with you, you're gonna ice your feet.
If the world ends tomorrow and you had one chance,
Hey yo, would you start the move like it's your last dance?
yo, do something small in the past and present changes.
Do something now, the future rearranges.
Cause bitches keep bitching.
Yo, snitches keep snitching.
The world keeps turning.
And you start living your life instead of hitching a ride. Rapscallions. J-O-E in the place to be. HB on the track, it's like ecstasy. Rolling a well of 7 years, what we drink and be. Trying to sling the dopest rhymes in the galaxy. Let me take a minute though and relax your mind. Sometimes these words can be hard to find. 24/7 on that daily grind. Hearing voices in my head, man, they not that kind. Cause bitches be bitching, snitches keep snitching. The world keeps turning, and I keep hitching a ride instead of living my life. Yo, 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 yo.
Man, when you feel hungry, don't you have to eat?
Yo, yo, pump up the volume and digest this beat.
Rapscallions in the house with this lyrical treat.
When we're done with you, you're gonna ice your feet.
If the world ends tomorrow.
What's up, everybody? It's episode 51. Very special show. Our anniversary, 1 year. Woo, woo, woo. Rapscallions.
Rapscallions.
It's party times. Excellent. We always get super jazzed when we're in the same room together. We get super party hype. Feels like another episode of Wayne's World, but it's not. It's Rapping with Rapscallions. I'm HB Tui.
And I'm Joe Mosquito Man. Episode 51. Super amped. Super stoked to be here. I can't believe it's already been a year, dog.
It's already been a year. Now, you might be asking yourselves, if it's episode 51, how can it be a whole year? Shouldn't it be episode 52? Very smart. Remember, we had a few shows with technical difficulties.
How could I forget? Of course.
Yes. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over each show and talk a little bit about it. And you'd be like, oh, wow, you guys did a show on that?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Then you can scroll down and check it out.
And revisit all those past shows that we've done over the last year. It's hard to believe that it's been a year. A lot of experiences, a lot of different moments, and we're going to talk about it.
All
we're
of
going
it.
to talk about it.
But
all
first,
of it.
to celebrate, I think we should have a shot.
Let's have a shot. Here we go. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to all the famscallions.
Here's the famscallions.
Salute.
Salud. Órale,
Hit the
güey.
spot.
Órale, tequila muy bueno.
Hit the spot. What are you guys drinking on? If you're drinking on something,
That's right.
man, that went down el camino viejo, as they say.
That went down an alternate reality pipe.
Oh
man.
my God, the multiverse is alive inside of me.
So if you're tuning in, leave us a comment. Tell us which show was your favorite. Tell us what you're sipping on. Let us know. And let us know how your year has been.
Yeah,
let us
man.
know when you first found out about the Rapscallions and when you became a bona fide famscallion.
Famscallions, no doubt, man, no doubt. But before we crack on with our year-on review of all the wonderful topics that we've talked about, HB, I think we have a staple tradition here in Rapping with Rapscallions, and that is about talking about how we are doing, because as you know, it is very important to keep track of yourself, to take care of yourself, and it is because of that that we do our weekly Rapscallions recap.
It's weekly Rapping with Rapscallions, weekly Rap Cup.
Yes, there you
Rack
go.
up, rack up, rack up.
Recap. Wrap up. Recap, wrap up. So, HB,
Yes, sir.
how has your week been, dog?
Man, it's been great. I got a new puppy.
Sunday.
Sunday. She's
Yes.
so cute. It's been, we introduced her on the show last week, so it's been
doubt.
just over a week. It's
No
been
doubt.
exactly a week, actually.
No doubt, no doubt.
We called her Sunday because when the rescue people came and dropped her off, it was a beautiful sunny day, and we're like, what should we call her?
Right.
Let's call her Sunday.
Sunday. Hey, and Sunday is easy enough to say in Spanish and in English.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Sounds like Hyundai.
Hyundai.
And so it's been a week of having a new puppy. She's been so smart. We figured, she's a mutt, so we figured just by her looks that she's what they call a Jack Russell Terrier Beagle. And they have like a word for it. It's like a Jigo or something like that.
She's a Jigo.
But she's been great. So I've been in the city. Joe and I went out to Panama Vieja.
Ah, for sure.
And, we got some new merch.
We do got some new merch. Shout out to the Happy Introverts. Check this out.
Yeah, how do we get our frame here?
Check this out. Can you get this in here? I think it's
here we go.
clear to see. We got some new quality shirts courtesy of the Happy Introverts. Go to their website, happyintroverts.com, or go to our website, www.panamarp.com, to check out all of our merch. We just got these t-shirts in recently, and we figured no better occasion to wear them than in today's episodes.
Yeah.
So you guys can check it out. Shout out to Aquilino hooking us up with these amazing t-shirts. We love them. They're fantastic. We got some more for you guys on these t-shirts later on the show.
That's right. We have some advertising.
We have some advertising.
So stay tuned to watch that wonderful advertising. We had to hire some models.
Yes.
In order to brandish the new merchandise. I think you guys will be very, very pleasantly surprised.
Yes, definitely. I think we had to find people that would totally give these t-shirts the justice that they desire.
They had the looks, the model qualities, that comfort in front of the camera,
the sex appeal,
the charisma.
Charisma, yes.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
I think around 45 minutes into the show, we'll do our first model, our model expression. Mm-hmm. And stay tuned, PanamaRP.com. You're going to bookmark that site that has all the links to our social networks. Mm-hmm. It's got a link to our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our Mars Rover feed. And we're in the My Roadcast 2021 Challenge. We're the only podcast from Panama to enter that. So, todos los panameños, únense, por favor. Patria
primero.
You can find that link in our feed. It's in our bio on Instagram. And all you do is you log in, you vote, and you share. Send it to your grandma, your auntie, all your friends.
No doubt. Kids,
Panama's
wives, husbands.
Get your kids, each account.
Yes.
Everyone in your house with a different email account, they got to vote.
Yeah, man. That'll help us get the quality merch that we need to give you quality shows.
Yeah, Rode is a microphone company, and the first prize is like a podcast mixer, and then the little microphones with the little spring arms that you see all over the place, and all kinds of cables and stuff, so that we can bring a higher quality show, and plus the prestige of winning a Roadcast challenge. Wow,
for sure, man. Eso no es cualquiera. Eso no lo sacas de una cajita de Cracker Jacks.
Exactly. And so, how's your week been?
My week, man. My week.
Whirlwind.
Huh?
It's been a whirlwind.
It's been a whirlwind. I feel like it's been so much happening this week. Let me think if I can think back to Monday. Monday. I think it's been, the typical work stuff, 8 to 5. I think this week I really appreciated how much, it is important to be able to properly communicate with the people that you work with, the people that you spend time with. Because I think just open and fluid communications is key to positive relationships. Like, let's say if here's an example. Like, let's say if HB and I, we're just like having a chat one morning. I wake up and I write to HB and I'm like, yo, HB, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? And he's just like, good.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. Then I'm going to be like, oh.
What's up with that guy?
So I'd be like, hey, are you sure? You're okay? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm going to be like, man, I'm not going to talk to HB anymore. He doesn't want to talk to me. I'll let him talk to me when he wants to talk to me.
HB is stupid.
So I think it's always key to have good quality communications with people, man. Just let them know if you're going through something. Be like, yo, I'm going through. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes.
Hey, I'm having a little rough day. Let's get back in touch around noon. Man.
Yeah.
Around lunchtime.
Trying to sort some things out, whatever. Because, especially in today's day and age, when we're so far apart from people. I mean, thankfully, we're here together now. But I think we're so far apart, we're relying so much on communication, on like WhatsApp, communicators, things like that that it's so easy to misinterpret things.
That's right.
You know, and we all have our own things going on inside our minds. So sometimes we just need to verbalize what's happening, so that we can all be cool and be like, hey, we're still cool. I love you.
See, everyone lives in their own universe, but we're swimming in the same sancocho, man.
Very true. So I learned that. Well, I didn't learn it. I knew this already, but I experienced it this week, and I was just like, I thought about it. I pondered. And then other than that, man, you know, just going through the motions. Always happy to get to Friday. The Euro Cup is still on and popping. They're currently in the round of 16. It's been super exciting. Let's just do a quick score recap of what happened yesterday, my friends. So yesterday, two really crazy games, man. Denmark and Wales. I think, man, I was expecting it to be a bit closer.
I thought Denmark and Wales was going to be very close.
Yeah.
But the opposite rang true.
The opposite.
By the way, if you aren't up to date on all the teams, scroll down and watch our Euro Cup global view.
Yes, global
because
view.
so far, a lot of our predictions are coming true. Sorry, Joe.
But man,
Proceed.
I think we couldn't have predicted this one, man. Denmark they're playing inspired football right now because I think what happened to Christian Eriksen, their manager did a really great job of just focusing the team, and they destroyed Gareth Bale and Wales 4-0.
Yeah, we were chatting and we were talking about the commentary from the BBC. It's
Oh, goodness.
Dude, well, those fellas. I was like, wait, nothing. Oh, no, fellas, nothing.
Oh man, it was a bit biased. I think at one point they were like, Wales had to travel longer than Denmark for this match. I was like,
The Wales got their butts kicked.
I mean, they got their butt kicks, man. Sorry about that. And in another game that happened yesterday, Italy versus Austria. I am a huge Italy supporter. Every time I watch Italy play, I always say it's like suffering. I enjoy watching these matches on my own because I suffer through them. And yesterday was no different. I almost threw my computer and everything I own out the window yesterday, man. Oh my God.
It was a tough game. Like 90 minutes, these guys were asleep.
Yes.
They took some cats off the bench and then finally...
Oh my gosh. They finally got some fire under their butts. Chiesa came on, played fantastic, scored a goal. Then we got another goal in there from Pessina, another substitute. Then just when you thought it was all over and that Italy was easing into a 2-0 victory, boom, Austria strikes, making it 2-1. Italy managed to hold on, though. Thank the heavens, they live on to fight another day.
Yeah.
And then today, my friend, I thought, Netherlands, Czech Republic, I thought that was going to be in the bag for the Netherlands. The universe had other plans.
Big plans. They had way other plans.
Other plans, man. They got a player sent off, reducing them to 10. And then the Czech Republic, man, took over, beating the Netherlands 2-0. 2-0. So now they go on to the next round. And currently, guys, as we speak, Belgium and Portugal are playing. Clash of the Titans right now. Belgium is winning 1-0. So we'll see how that ends, man. It's at the 55-minute mark.
I hope Portugal wins.
Man, it'd be interesting, but right now Belgium, I think everybody's like Belgium's like the highest ranked team in the tournament.
For that reason, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still going for Sweden. I'm just because heritage. I think they're due. They're playing well.
No doubt, they're playing super strong.
And before the cup started, we had our predictions. I picked Italy to take the whole thing.
Man,
we were looking at the odds the other day.
Yeah.
Odds makers have France on top.
They have
Italy
France.
in second place, and
England
then England
is third, which is hard to believe. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm surprised by that France pick, man.
Me too. Maybe they know something we don't know.
Well, I know that they only got the first place because Germany didn't autogol.
Yes. Yeah. And that's going to be a key game this week, man. It's going to be Germany, England. Man, that is
Wimbledon.
A high-impact game. We'll see what happens, man. It's always fun when Germany plays England. I don't know, man. I think it's two teams that haven't gotten into gear yet. So one of them is gonna have to get into gear.
I hope Germany gets into gear. Jeez.
This will be a big test for England. This will be a big test. I'm kind of torn, because I like both teams.
But I don't know. Football. It's a beautiful game.
I love it.
It's a beautiful game.
And we've
It's a
got
beautiful game.
Copa America's going on.
Copa
I saw
America's
the
going on.
Brazil-Colombia game.
Ah.
where Colombia scored the first goal. It was a bicycle kick, a chilena. My God.
Against Brazil. That takes guts.
Takes
Guts.
And then Brazil came back with their ping pong boom and won the game 2-1.
Did you see? But that first goal, the one they scored, that was like a weird goal, right? Because the ball bounced off of the referee, and from what I understand with the new rules, if the ball hits the referee, they have to stop play.
I did not know.
Because I think back in the day, the referee was like a part of the field.
He was neutral.
Yeah. So if the ball hit him or her, it just carried on. But I think with the new rules, you have to stop play, is what I understand. But then he didn't stop play. He let it keep going. So I guess Colombia was like, what's going on? And Brazil was like, let's go.
Yay, goal.
Yeah.
If anyone has details on that, please leave us a comment. Let us know if you know anything about the rules now.
Yeah.
If the ball strikes the
Referee, man. And
I almost said umpire.
The
Wrong
umpire.
sport.
What happens if, like, say, this
The
would
ball
never
hits the
happen.
umpire in the 9th inning?
Huh?
Yeah. Never mind.
What happens if the ball hits the referee and it bounces off of his or her head and then it goes into the goal?
It's a goal. Oh, I don't know. Under the new rules, it should stop play.
But I guess depends what referee you have. If they don't stop the game, then you'll be winning, and then the referee gets a goal.
And he gets the cup.
Yeah, he gets the cup. He gets all the glory
He gets all
for
the
all the
glory.
technique that it takes to win a game. But yeah, man, that's my wrap up for the week, man. We just did our football wrap up. Also, the NBA semifinals, not the semifinals, yeah, the conference semifinals taking place. I haven't been following up that much.
It's too much soccer. We got a Copa Oro coming up too.
Copa Oro's coming up in July. Are we in July already? No, we're not.
June. We're at the end of June.
We're at the end of June. Copa Oro's coming up. Everybody knows Panama loves Copa de Oro, so we're definitely going to be talking about that when it happens. And just living the experience to the fullest, man. It's always good whenever Panama plays. People get happy.
Oh yeah, I love
Brings
it.
the country
I
together.
love it. And we did our predictions about the Panamanian selection too. And a lot of those predictions are coming true as well.
Yeah, man.
Waterman, my boy.
Cecilio Waterman playing beautiful, scoring goals. Unfortunately, he wasn't on the marker against Curaçao, but before that, he had been all over the place, so that's always good to see young players coming through and making their mark, man. Because I think that's one of the things that Panama needs, is to make sure that this next generation of players gets experience and gets confidence, so that they can go out there and do big things.
Indeed, and that Italy game was a nice lesson on that. They took some fresh faces off the bench and put them in on the extra time, and guess what happened? They ignited the field.
That's right, because they all want to prove their worth.
Yeah,
You know, you got to take that moment and just run with it.
run with it.
No doubt, man.
All right, my friend, let's get started. This is one whole year of rapping with Rapscallions experiences. If you're out there in the listening, tuned in world, if you're part of the Famscallions, why don't you let us know which is the first episode that you saw, and maybe which episode was your favorite. It's easy to pick your first episode because they're all so deliciously
They're
good.
all so delicious, and they're all like our kids.
They're like each we give birth every Sunday.
Every
We're
Sunday.
here pushing with all the fluids and noises that go along with it.
Oh my God! And we've suffered.
Yeah,
We've suffered,
we have
man,
suffered.
for hours on end.
Yeah. So well, let's do a quick recap. How did we start?
How did we start, man? How did we start?
Well, I was born in January 26th. No, let's fast forward a little bit. Joe and I, one day we were at the theater. We've been acting together for a long time. One day at the theater,
Years.
we were behind the curtains waiting for the show to start, or maybe it was a rehearsal or something. I don't know which is more dramatic. It was right before a show.
Right before show.
We were peeking out, and like the president of Panama was in the audience.
He was.
Yeah. the president of something, probably the hair club for men, was out there.
Most likely.
And I asked Joe, I was like, hey, what do you like to do? What's one of your hobbies? And what did you say?
I said I like to rap.
I was
I like to write
rap.
rap.
Rap? I didn't guess that. I was like, cool. Well, tell me more about that. And he told me he has little booklets. He's like Biggie Smalls. He has little notepads full of
Notepads.
rhymes and stuff.
Toilet paper full of rhymes.
Yeah, crayons on napkins at an Outback restaurant.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I've got recording equipment. Why don't instead, because after a show you go out and you drink booze at a bar.
Yeah,
you end up spending $60, $80.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Why don't we do the following? Let's get a bottle of rum, bottle of Abuelo, and then we'll record a song. And then instead of giving $80 to a restaurant, we'll give the world a completed song.
We'll give them magic.
Yeah. So we did that, and the first song came out, I think, a lot better than we imagined it.
Yeah,
It
totally.
came out super good.
Totally.
We shared it in our WhatsApp group. If you wanna hear
DMs.
it, DMs. The first song is pure underground.
Pure underground.
You have to know the right person.
Yeah, in order to hear it.
Yeah. It's called Have a Drink with Me.
It's called Have
Was
a
that
Drink.
the first one?
Yeah.
We Have a Drink with Me.
Have a
And
drink.
then we're like, well, if we're making songs, then we need to have a name. So
Yeah. How did we end up with Rapscallions?
I don't know.
remember that, man.
that brain cell was lost to Ron Abuelo 7 años. So
But we landed on Rapscallions.
we land on Rapscallions. Why? Because we're kind of mischievous.
We are mischievous.
The play on words of rap in the name. So we'd been doing that for a few years. We continued to act together. And then before the pandemic, we were in 1903 together. We shared the stage in the National Theater, sold out. Dreams were coming true. And then, we expected that year to kind of like take off.
Yeah.
We were ramping up.
We were
all
ramping up.
excited.
A lot of exposure, doing a lot of big things. And I think it's one of those things that's very surprising because, doing all of this requires a lot of energy, man. A lot of times you live off of the excitement and you're like, man, so many good things are going to happen. 2020, perfect vision.
2020 was the year of the Rapscallions. We had theater plays lined up. We were riding the wave of success of 1903.
Man, we were going to do Verano del Canal.
With Ruben Blades was going to be on the
Ruben Blades
stage.
was on
We would
stage,
share the
yeah.
stage with Ruben Blades. That would have been incredible.
Yeah, man.
Amongst other national artists, Panama is so full of talent. So we were really ramping up for that. And then, boom,
Everything got closed.
everything got closed. So I got a phone call from Joe or a chat, and what was he told me? He gives an article or some shit.
My dad had been pushing me for years. He was like, hey, why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you do a podcast? And I was like, man, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. Time
Podcast.
for no
You understand
podcast.
how much equipment and how much editing is required for a podcast?
A lot. But then all of a sudden, we had no way to express ourselves artistically throughout the pandemic. And we'd call each other and we'd have drinks and we'd chat and, get crunk, all the great things that we did during the initial part of the pandemic. And then we were like, why don't we try doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Why don't we try?
And that led to episode number 1. And we were like, what's the name of the podcast? And since Rapscallions, we started off like making rap songs and rhymes and stuff like that. And by the way, please listen to the song at the beginning of the show. It makes you think. It's got words.
Try to put messages.
Words.
Messages in our
Subliminal
lyrics.
messages.
That's right. If you play black words, you're going to hear some things.
That's right. Either way, if you listen to it forwards or backwards, it's going to make you a better person. So, Rapscallions.
True that.
Who's tuned in? Is that Chech?
Oh, Randy Webb.
Hey, Rando. What's up, man?
He says, hey. No, sorry. He said, hi.
Hi. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man.
Thanks
We
for
saw that you
tuning
followed
in.
right before. We do this. This is our 1 year anniversary. We have 1 whole year of shows going on, so we're happy about that. And what is that? Is that
Karina has also tuned in.
All right.
We got Karina tuned in. Always showing support. Karina Weber, who we have on retainer for $1 million a month.
She does all our artwork, like
All
the
of
one
our
that you're
artwork.
seeing right now below us. She does the artwork. Amazing stuff.
Yes, and she also did the fantastic artwork on all of our merch.
Check it out.
Check. Well, you can. I can't. Oh, check out this bag. Are you seeing the bag? Is the bag up?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
it's
go.
up, It's up. This
Here
is
we
the
go.
delay. This is delay. We got
Oh.
so many buttons.
We
here.
got so many buttons and screens, man. This is a whole production over here.
Yeah.
We got the bag. Boom. You can also get that at PanamaRP.com.
That's our website. It's got all our social media buttons. You want to bookmark that site. lots of things are coming this year. We're rolling out a podcast. We're working on shows, on live action shows and stuff like that. So we're talking about our first episode. So we were like, what's the title of the show going to be? And we're like, since we're rapping with Rapscallions, I was like, it always made me chuckle because it reminded me of a story. Like, my dad would ask, what were you and your friends doing last night? Drinking beer and rapping?
Rapping.
And I was like, ew, Dad, you don't know what rapping is.
You
rapping
don't know nothing
is cool.
about rapping.
People rap and rhyme words. He's like, no, rapping is chatting with someone. That's when you go out and you chat with people. And my dad was a pretty cool guy. Everybody loved my dad.
Hey, man, he was ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his
man.
time. So I thought maybe if I talked to Joe about it and we agreed. Like, hey, rapping with Rapscallions.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Chat it up. Chat it up, because that's what we're doing. We're rapping. But then people didn't know. People didn't know that rapping meant chat. So everyone thought that whenever we did a show, it's just going to be rapping for 2 hours.
Which we could do.
Which we could do, by the way, yes.
But we're not going to do that right now.
No, we don't want to make...
We could live spit anytime you want.
I mean, we spit live, and then your brains would just blow up.
It's too much for the internet.
Too much for the internet.
So Rappin' Rapscallions, the name was born. We're in June. We're right in what, the second or third? Well, how many months of the pandemic we're in?
We're in like
deep in the pandemic.
4th month.
I'd already started brewing pineapple beer because they had a ley seca. And I was going crazy.
No, we were still in the first lockdown that lasted like 8 months. So we were in that first lockdown where we couldn't go out on the weekends. Yeah. And so, it gave us an opportunity to express ourselves, to talk to people, to reach out to our friends, family, people who maybe we hadn't seen in years.
Yeah.
A good way to reconnect, a good way to tell stories, because HB and I both shared this love for history, man.
Yes.
And over this year, we've learned so much, and we hope that you've learned a lot, too.
Yeah. We were reflecting. Joe and I were reflecting. I was like, we went out and had some beers. We went to see a Shorty and Slim concert, and people were like, "Oh, rapping with Rapscallions." We're talking about it, and I was just surprised. Like, we shared history, but before every show, we did our research, you know, and going and thinking about the year that had passed. It's like, man, it's been so enriching. Not, we did this because we wanted to have a creative outlet.
Yeah.
We're cooped up in our houses. I did a Zoom theater show.
You did, yeah.
Austin Powers, that was fun.
For sure. Theater Guild of Van Con.
Yeah, check those guys out. That's where we met each other. That's where our star was born.
No doubt.
So definitely check them out too. And just like Joe said, when we were talking about podcasts, we were talking about titles, but Joe told me, he's like, hey, let's do it, and then we can voice our creativity. And I was like, I'm down, I'm in. As soon as he said that, I was in 100% because I felt all cooped up from the pandemic. So that brings us to episode 1. Episode 1, you should definitely watch that because it's hilarious.
Man, episode 1 is incredible. I think we were so excited. First of all, we were so nervous. You don't even understand how nervous we were. Yeah. We're two very, you see us on stage, you'll be like, man, those guys got it on lock.
Super
Those
cool
guys got it on lock.
Super calm, super cool.
This was the first time we were ever trying something like this, guys.
Yeah.
Right? This was
how do we get the over the
territory.
internet? How do we get the feed? Because we broadcasted to Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah,
other people were doing lives.
Yeah, they were doing lives. But then we went to log on for that first episode, and the platform crashed.
Everything crashed. And we had a contingency plan, which was Joe had to figure it out.
I would get us online. So then my mind went blank.
This is going to be a recurring subject, by the way.
My mind went blank, and I was looking at my phone because, of course, now I couldn't use my computer. I was looking at my phone, and I'm thinking, how the hell do you start an Instagram live? So I googled
how to start an
Instagram live on my computer. And then
you could see on the live the picture of the computer, Tim typing it in, and all those things happening.
Yeah. And then thank you. And then we're getting magical support from our magical support group.
The research department's in the house. helping us get our facts straight.
That's right. So you can see me type this into the Google search, and then my camera on my phone was looking at the computer when I was doing this, and then it says how to start an Instagram live, and then I'm like, oh no, I gotta turn my camera.
And you hear it. It's fun.
And then we started off. By the way, Chechi logged in. I don't know if you're still there, Chechi. Shout out to Chechi. I saw he joined. Longtime fan Scallion.
One of the originals.
One of the original.
We have some video of Chechi.
Yeah.
We'll be posting that one of these days.
He's a very
elusive.
Elusive,
It's
yeah.
like
That's a
Bigfoot.
good word, yeah. Very difficult to see, very difficult to find. But we have an image of what we believe to be his arm.
Yeah. We have proof.
Proof that he exists.
So our first episode, all the hijinks, you got to check it out because
Oh my god.
it was fun. But we talked about some important things, man.
Yeah, we did, man. We did.
We talked about how to cope with the pandemic.
The pandemic.
Because at that point,
Yeah.
on all the social medias, people were just going nuts.
Yeah, man. It was very interesting because I think a lot of people at that time were suffering from anxiety. They just couldn't deal with all the restrictions that were in place. And it's very interesting because I think especially for people that are introverts, not introverts, extroverts.
Yeah.
For them this was really hard.
And remember, what were some of the things? We had ley seca, no alcohol. We could only go out on designated days by sex
For 2 hours.
So males on Monday and females on Tuesday, Sunday.
No, males on Tuesdays and Thursdays and women on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we couldn't go out Saturday, Sunday.
Right. And then elderly people above a certain age had restrictions, and then eventually it got segregated by cedula number.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I mean,
it was
people
hard.
were going nuts.
It was hard. And whenever you went to the supermarket, at least here in the city, you'd have the police outside of the supermarket. First of all, there'd be a long line. And then you'd have the police outside, like, if you take longer than your 2 hours, we're going to arrest you, take you down to the subestación, and process you. And you'd be like,
Yeah, it's very an ancient, lots of anxiety floating around. So on that first episode, we talked about how we got together like we just did. And we talked about ways to cope, breathing exercises. First of all, learn how to breathe.
Learning how to breathe is important, man. Sometimes I don't even understand. Like, it's amazing how much breathing will help you sort yourself out if you're in a bad place.
Yeah. I mean, even Navy SEALs practice breathing. And
Right.
you can, just to recap, you can do that now. If you have a hard time falling asleep, take 6 deep breaths. And then exhale. That's it. Google it, man. Or watch that first episode. We go into detail. And what else did we talk about that first?
What else did we talk about that first episode? We talk about music, man. That episode, we were really, like, divided into segments and stuff, right? So we really talked about anxiety. We talked a lot about music, like the music that we were listening to at the time, the things that was helping us to deal with different situations in our lives. Because even though you were also dealing, you were dealing with a lot of external things, but you were also dealing with a lot of internal things, because you still had a lot of your own concerns or insecurities or whatever that was going on, man. So I think basically that episode was really a good way for us to kind of like connect with people, letting them know that we all share sort of like the same concerns.
This is and then we had our drinks and we're like, hey, get a drink.
Yeah.
Tune in with us, and we were like, what day should we do it? Sundays at 3 p.m.
Sundays at 3.
You can grab a beer or an iced tea and chill out with us,
No
and
doubt.
we'll talk about cool, calming stuff and laugh and get some laughs and giggles.
Yeah, and get some laughs and like reminisce. Because I think part of the things that we also want to do as well was kind of talk a bit, like we said earlier, about history, different things that happened in Panama, and kind of learn new things. So I think that first episode, once we learned how to start a live, really helped us.
Yeah. We got our list right over here. We got the list of all the shows.
We
So
got
we're
the
running
list.
down.
No doubt, no doubt.
So, the first and second shows kind of followed that format. And we just talked. And because Instagram had a 1 hour limit, we kept our shows to 1 hour. And then we did an after party on Facebook.
That's right.
And
that was
once
cool.
the Instagram finished, we had our format. We would follow some bullet points.
Yeah.
And then once the Instagram finished, the Facebook party happened.
And then we would just talk smack.
I think those are lost to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never get those back.
Never get those
if
back.
you didn't experience it,
If
weren't
you didn't
there.
experience the smack talk, we were great at talking smack.
Yeah, that was fun.
So we did that.
So that was the first 2 episodes, and then we kind of figured out what we were doing,
Like
how
a
we wanted
format,
to do,
yeah.
and then we decided on a topic for episode number 3,
Oh.
which is, by the way, one of my favorite episodes.
Oh my
However, lost to the foibles of the internet. We
Man.
decided, what was the topic?
Calypso, man.
This is-
Calypso.
This is where we started trying to choose themes and whatnot.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And we were like, oh, let's talk about Calypso, man.
Let's talk about
And we dug deep, man. This is where we started our research.
Man.
I'm going to tell you guys something.
Man.
Before every show, Joe writes a rundown.
I try.
Because we can improvise, we
Yeah,
can
for
talk.
Sure.
But sometimes you go off on a tangent. And when you do,
You got to come back.
yeah, as a team, we work.
Yeah.
And we come back to center.
No doubt. No doubt. No
And
doubt.
these rundowns that Joe comes up with are the anchor of rapping with Rapscallions. So, cheers to that.
Boom. Thank you,
Love it.
sir. You inspire me.
So, the Calypso episode started, and we had done a ton of
We had.
research.
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't-
my computer crashed. It didn't crash. Like the stream was still going on, but
Right.
everything just froze.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And Joe, I was like, I know a lot about Calypso.
I didn't know anything about Calypso until that episode.
Yeah. So Joe improvised. I say 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
I think
probably like
I don't know.
2
It was
minutes.
shorter than that. Yeah. It felt like forever though. I felt like I was talking about Calypso for hours.
And every time that I see people, I say that Joe came up with 10 minutes of improv about
minutes.
Calypso because, while I'm working to restore balance in the force and everything, this guy went off on a soliloquy about Calypso. And the whole time I kept looking up at the feed, we're not in the same room, and I'm looking at the feed. And I was like, oh my God,
How's he still going?
this guy's amazing. I was like, I almost stopped doing my work and just looked up and listened to him. That is one of the most amazing times you've ever,
Thank you.
this is why this guy is a genius at improv. And, a lot of people ask, what's improv good for? And by the way, we teach improv classes if you want to hire us.
Let us know.
So imagine you're in a meeting, you're in a business meeting, and someone throws you a hot potato, and you've got to you can't go, what?
I don't know. Yeah.
You got to do what Joe does and just come up with amazing things coming out of your mouth, and everyone's just like,
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
that episode, it's lost to history, but forever, the Rapscallions, the number one bullet point will be the time that Joe spoke for 10 minutes about Calypso, a subject that he knew barely anything about, but because of technical difficulties, this guy was
I was on fire, thankfully, man.
lyric come a fire like bullet from a gun.
See, I had to learn from him, cause this guy, I mean, he would have yeah. So I just had to be like, what would HB do? That was my inspiration. I was like, what would HB say?
What HB said. It was amazing. That guy had a Ouija board and he took the knowledge out of my
I
head.
was like, what would HB say? Hey, but man, on Calypso, by the way, everything I've learned from Calypso, I've learned from my research and from HB. Man, those guys could spit. If there's anything I'm going to say on that episode right now, is that those guys could spit. That song you sent me about sparrows,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Lord Kitty.
Totally destroyed Mighty Sparrow. That was a dog. We have dogs outside.
Yes.
Totally
Beautiful dogs.
destroyed.
They'll have their own show one day.
Yes, they will. Totally destroyed Mighty Sparrow because he got destroyed by
Lord Cobra.
Lord Cobra.
Yeah. And
Man.
which will come up in later episodes. The Rapscallions wrote a Calypso song,
Yes.
a historical one.
Yes.
else?
Inspired by Lord Cobra.
Oh yeah, inspired by Lord Cobra.
No doubt.
Anything else about Calypso?
It's a beautiful genre. You guys should check it out if you haven't.
Yeah.
And listen to the lyrics, man. Listen to the words these guys are saying. It's
That's
fantastic.
true. That's true. Like I'm sorry for glossing over Famscallions. So the guys that spoke were called Calypsonians, not Calypsonians.
Calypsonians con
Sonians.
S.
Con S. And to be a real true Calypsonian, not only did you have to know how to sing and have lyrics, but you had to be able to take in current events
That's right.
and immediately spit lyrics.
Lyrics.
It's not like rapping, which is kind of monotone. You know, this is like you have to make it kind of a lyrical song. You know, you have to
Catchy.
throw some musicality into it.
Yeah.
And then you'd have calypso battles, and the calypsonians would sing live against each other, and then have certain topics, and then rhyme about them, and the winner would be proclaimed. So. That song Sparrows is about the time that Mighty Sparrow, who is considered the emperor of Calypso,
Like the boss. He would be like Jay-Z right now.
yeah,
I guess.
yeah, and he was wasn't he OEB or what is it called? OBE?
MBE or an OBE.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's British terms, royalty awards. Yeah.
So he came to Panama, and in 1950 he was on stage with Lord Cobra, and Lord Cobra beat him
And then he didn't come back to Panama
ever
more.
again. But Lord Cobra was always invited to his events.
There
So-
you go, man.
That Keystone event.
Amazing. So that was our Calypso episode.
That was
man.
our Calypso. We need to speed up the.
We need to speed up the
Yeah,
tempo.
we're only on episode 3. Hey, do you think we should show the modeling?
Let's go to the modeling. You guys, happy introverts, quality t-shirts, Rapscallions collaboration for the ages. Check this out.
Today, HB is modeling a t-shirt by the Happy Introverts. A quality shirt made of quality cotton for a quality man.
Wow, that was amazing.
Oh my God.
Now, I told you guys out there that we
Oh
had to
my
hire
God.
only the finest of models that could
Oh.
properly represent us.
Oh. Look at that. It's like amazing.
It was amazing.
That was amazing.
Wow. Wait till you see the next model.
Oh my gosh.
Because the next model, such machismo and charisma.
By the way, before we go any further, I also have to pay my respects to HB, man, because you guys don't know what this guy does all the time. If I do these rundowns, he's pushing so many buttons, man. He's doing so many technical things behind the scenes, man, making sure that we're live and that we're set and that we're ready all over the place. This is a man, when we came here, set up, lights, camera, the action, he made it happen.
Thank
So
you,
we
Joe.
try to balance each other out
That's right.
in any way that we can when we do what we do. But we wouldn't be able to stream on so many platforms as it wasn't for this guy.
I appreciate that shout out, Joe, because I know that some people like Instagram, some people like Facebook, some people like YouTube, and one of our biggest fans is the Mars rover. So
got a
we
lot,
stream to Mars too.
We got a lot of aliens outside.
And if you want, we'll stream it to Uranus.
Yeah. We will. We will. Yes.
Hey, Ralphie Furlong's tuned in. He said, "What's up, guys? Ras is rap with Rapscallions like singing with Zions." That's true, man. See, Ralphie. See, I read that. The way he typed it. I
Right.
knew that he has the patois,
No doubt.
Caribbean
no doubt.
patois. Hey,
what
thanks
it's
for
all about.
tuning in, Ralphie. Long time listener. Ralphie's been tuning in
sure.
for a long time, man.
For sure. Shout out to Ralphie, man. We definitely appreciate all the people that have been with us since the beginning, have been riding with us for a year.
1 year. This is our anniversary.
That's
Remember, PanamaRP.com.
No doubt.
Bookmark that site.
Yes.
And you know what? It's been 1 year. I had short hair in the first episode.
He did have short hair. It's grown out.
It's grown out.
Man,
In certain places. Another place it got a little thinner, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still wearing my hats because I don't have hair anywhere else except my face.
And hey, we got a little more
we got a bit more knowledge, a bit more
we got
wisdom.
more knowledge. We've been eating sugar dusted donuts. You know,
Yeah.
that's why we have a little white in our beard.
That's right.
It's not because of old age.
we
It's
love
because
our
we eat
donuts.
donuts. That's what we eat before the show.
We love our donuts.
So episode cuatro was Cholera.
Cholera. We want to talk about the Cholo culture in Mexico.
Yeah. Órale, vato.
We decided that on episode 4 we were going to talk about cholera and coffee. Why cholera? Because we were in pandemic straight up during that time. And Panama's been through a lot of difficult phases with pandemics and diseases. So we thought we would remind people
Yeah.
that
You
we've
know,
been through this before.
Yeah, right. You know, you have to learn from the past. What's the saying? If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to
Doomed to
repeat it.
repeat it. I think that's the total truth, man. Because it feels like every day we repeat mistakes from the past.
Yeah.
Because we have not recovered from a lot of the things that we did in the past. We could go on and on about this, but that would not be episode 4 of Rapping with Rapscallions.
Yeah, we went on coffee, and I think did we have we started getting a lot of the platforms that we were using started changing the way that they ingested audio. So we started having echo problems.
Oh, the echo problems.
It was around this time.
Yes, it was around that time.
So what about episode 5? Was an excellent episode.
Oh man, episode 5, Darien disaster. Man, that is I think one of the things that a common area that we agree upon is that there's so much history of Panama that isn't widely discussed. And this is one of those areas, the attempted Scottish colonization of Darien when Scotland tried to become a trading powerhouse. I think this was an episode which was super cool for us to do. I think we were both very interested in doing that, most definitely. And it also had a very nice dedication to your Uncle Timo.
Yeah, my favorite Uncle Tim Corrigan, who's a coach to many of the Zonies out there, a lot of Panamanians that played American football.
Yeah.
He succumbed to the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And so we made a very nice dedication to him.
Yes.
And it was a great way to kick off an amazing show.
It was indeed. I definitely think that episode had a lot of information, a lot of great positive things, not to mention the dedication to Uncle Timo, which was beautiful. And I think it served, the dedication in itself served as a great segue to the next episode that we did.
You are absolutely correct.
Which was Cayuca? Cayuco?
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 Cayuca?
I've always said Cayuco.
In Spanish, it's Cayuca.
Cayuca. So who says Cayuco?
In English, Cayuco? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a typo. This is our spreadsheet. Microsoft in their goofy ways. So yeah, when Joe talks about a segue, Uncle Tim Corrigan was also a sponsor to many people in the Cayuca race.
That's right.
Where's Ralphie at, man? Ralphie's big in the Cayuca race.
Yo, Ralphie, tell us about your experiences, man, on Cayuco.
Yeah. He's actually a Cayuca official currently. The Cayuca race before the pandemic and after the turnover of the canal became even bigger than it was before. It was embraced by the Republic of Panama.
That's right.
And the Explorer Scouts and whatnot.
And I don't know if right now, because you and I both have experience with the Cayuco race. Wonderful experience, wonderful race, fantastic times. But does it currently, I remember when I did it in the early 2000s. Does it still... And I remember when I did the race, it still maintained a certain connection to its origins. You know, like people would talk about it.
The Explorer Scouts.
Yeah. Like you would know about the history and how it came about and all that stuff. I don't know if that's still something that is
that's
about.
A good question. Ralphie, I know Ralphie has been participate. He's a huge participant in
the Cayuca race, the
Cayuca race. So that's a question for him. Do you guys still talk about the hollowed out logs and how the Explorer Scouts started paddling through the canal? Let us know.
I mean, because it's one of those things that you kind of really have to understand. It's not a race that happened just for happening.
Right. And think about it. Where else in the world can you paddle from the Atlantic to the Pacific?
Yeah, exactly.
That's point number 1.
Yeah.
Point number 2, you're in a log.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point number 3, you're going through a canal.
Yeah.
Point number 4, you're just a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for from my point of view, growing up in the canal zone, that was kind of a rite of passage. And our parents, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna paddle? Okay." They would give us guidelines, but they're like, "You're off on your own." Like we were in junior high the first time I paddled,
right?
And we were on our own doing our thing, and that was kind of like
you were becoming an adult,
right? It's your first time doing something for yourself, and we were like, "Oh, we need sponsors." And my parents are like, "Go get sponsors. I'm gonna walk you through it. Go get your sponsors, boy."
Awesome. Dude, in a junior high, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So it was. Yeah, I think it was a rite of passage, a good step into adulthood. always very, very fond memories of the Cayuca race and
Yeah.
lots of drama.
There's always. I think when you spend that much time with people on a log,
Yeah.
there's always gonna be drama. There's
know,
always gonna be something.
Whenever you sit in a hollowed out log for a few months practicing, it's gonna be some drama.
Always, 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 always. But I mean, I still remember. I think the guys I did the race with, I see those guys, and man, I love them. I don't care. Like, those are my brothers. Like, we freaking spent forever in a haul out log. I remember doing the Gatun Lake, thinking the second year I did it, I was like, why am I doing this again?
Yeah. You know, another cool thing is that we found out, and like Joe alluded to earlier, is that I didn't know, I knew that he paddled, but he ended up paddling in the Rapid Transit.
The Rapid Transit, man. Wow.
And when we did the dedication Uncle Timo, someone wrote in and explained that boat was a draw boat. Like, you had to draw it in the Explorer Scouts
That's right.
ticket system.
Yeah.
And Ryan Sweeney, when he drew that boat, said that on the ticket it said Blue Boat. That's all it said. And he's like, I don't know what to name it. And he was talking to my Uncle Tim Corrigan, and my Uncle Tim's like, hey, I've always had the idea of naming a boat the Rapid Transit. And that's how that boat got that name. Because a Rapid Transit was what the pilots would do in order to get on ships, and that's a cool name for a boat. So Joe ended up paddling in a boat that was named by my Uncle Timo.
As fate would have it,
Right.
in 2020, 2002. 2002, my team ended up getting the Rapid Transit in a draw because it was available, it was there, and our names were in there, and they were like, you guys, and we were like, the Rapid Transit. Of course, we knew the history of the boat, right? These boats are like mythical.
Yeah, the Rapid Transit, a lot of my friends were master paddlers because of that
Right.
boat. That's where you have to win every leg of the Cayuca race, and then you get a bead, and then the race master whispers secret words into your ear.
Oh, wow.
And as drunk as I've gotten my friends who are master paddlers, not one of them has ever slipped.
Man,
They should send James Bond to Panama
the train.
to train the Cayuca race so he can hear the words, because no one ever gives up the secret words.
Seriously, man.
Danny Norman's tuned in.
Oh, snap. Hopefully, we're going like soup. We're not doing a Rapid Transit.
We need to speed up our transit of the shows. Maybe next week we're gonna have to do another,
I think so.
because Danny Norman, oh my God, you guys, wait till we get to that episode, because this guy came on the show and blew our minds.
Killed it like a boss.
Yeah.
So we're moving on from Cayuco now. Beautiful show, wonderful show. You guys haven't seen it, check it out. It was fantastic. On to
Episode number 7.
episode number 7, man. Rand Runnels, not Ryan Reynolds.
Not Ryan Reynolds, not Green Lantern, but Randolph Runnels.
Randolph Reynolds, el Verdugo de Panama, a character in Panamanian history that HB and I think we both have like this love for. We want to make a film about him. Like, just, this man and his unique history, his impact on Panama is something that everyone should know, but not everyone does know.
Not everyone does know, and this episode was afflicted with some echo problems. And on YouTube, it's our most commented episode on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the people are like, man, that episode was great, but the echo was too much. So we went back and we did a recap of that. But anyway, we talk about Randolph Runnels. He's an anti-hero. A modern anti-hero, because
Totally.
wow, this guy was a Texas Ranger. He came down to Panama. He investigated. And anyone who do all kind of naughty business, what happened to him?
They get hung.
No. And what happened to the guy? Remember, they're like, the guy stole a purse from a prostitute,
Uh-huh.
and then he's sitting in the casino, and Randolph Reynolds, what did he say to Randolph? He said, what are you going to do?
Hang me?
And Randolph Reynolds goes, I'm going to hang you. And the guy goes like this.
And he took. He was the one with the locomotive.
Yeah,
That he hung him from the locomotive in front of a large crowd of people. This guy didn't take smack from anyone. Okay, I wish we had some. Well, not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Nevertheless, he took business into his own hands, and he was like, "You, sir, are a no good for nothing."
We found you with the purse from the man you stole, the jewelry from the woman you killed, amongst overwhelming evidence. And the guy was sat back. He's like, "What the hell do you think you're gonna do to me?" And this guy walks in. He was short. They describe him as a little bit effeminate. And he goes like this: "I'm gonna hang you."
I'm gonna hang you.
And the guy looked in his eyes and went white, like pallid, like
Because he knew there wasn't a lie.
he knew that
He knew he wasn't a lie.
he's gonna get.
Man, and Randolph, man, he hung people all over Panama, and he would leave them there as a sign to everyone. Like,
And people would see it. Like in Panama, there's
Yeah.
newspaper articles saying that in Panama Vieja, where Plaza Francia is
Plaza
now,
Francia, yeah.
there's 37 people hanging there, dead people, and people in their morning stroll was like, this is a sign of justice
that's
to
right.
come.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if all those no good mofos that we see on the news every day, we woke up one morning and they were all hung, and we'd be like,
Especially you know what? I said this during the pandemic. I was getting voice notes from Colon. I share them with Joe about representantes and stuff, charging people to pick up their food baskets that the government was giving unfortunate people. Like you had to go and is it? Oh, you want this food basket? You got to give me $5.
no way.
Hang those MFers, dude.
Man, seriously, people need to understand that we are supposed to be a community and live together in peace and harmony, not take advantage of each other.
Peace and harmony. That's what Rapscallions is all about.
Peace and harmony.
It's about
guys.
history. Next episode, huge.
Oh man, this episode was amazing. I was fanboying.
You're a fanboy?
I was fanboying in
the
that
mic-
episode.
take the mic, loco.
I was just like, I cannot believe this. Because HB, I heard of, man, first and foremost, we had Shorty and Slim on this episode celebrating their 25th anniversary. I'd heard of Shorty and Slim for a while. But then HB, he was like, yo, I know Shorty and Slim. And I was like, what? HB knows Shorty and Slim. These guys are like the real deal. They got mad albums. They make mad music. And then HB was all like, well, they're celebrating the 25th anniversary. FYI, I did a song with them called Seashell Tune, if you haven't heard it. And they're going to be on our show.
SassPanama. Pancap.com.
.pancake.com.
SassPanama.bandcamp.com. And they'll eat pancakes on the show.
Holy pancake. So HB was like, hey, we're going to celebrate the 25th anniversary. They're going to be on the show. And I was like, what? The Shorty and Slim are going to be on the internet with us?
And when you guys say, when he says that, he was a fan, we went to Atoque like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And then
Casa Palette.
Casa Palette, and Alex was like, any requests? And Joe was throwing out requests more than the most diehard Zonian. I tell you, this guy knows his Shorty and Slim people.
Oh my gosh.
Legit.
Oh my gosh. That was a beautiful show, man. That was a beautiful show.
Because at the end, he asked for requests, and we got him to play a song that we helped write. Yep.
Doing big things,
that
man.
was the
Doing big
25th anniversary of Shorty and Slim. And you guys really got to see that one.
Yeah, that was a good show. They talked about their history, their origins, how they started off, their experiences recording, how they've managed to stay together for 25 years.
The inspiration. We went album by album and talking about the inspiration for each one.
Man,
That was a good show.
that was a good show, man. That was a good show. Definitely you guys should check out Shorty and Slim. Check out their music. sasspanama.bandcamp.com. There's some tunes on there.
Every Monday, there's Bonch Time.
Bonch Time.
Bonch Time!
No
I gotta
doubt.
say that to the side because you gotta yell it. You can't say it quietly.
No, you can't
Bonch Time!
be like, you can't be like, Bonch Time.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta watch Bonch. No.
No. Bonch Time!
There you go. So,
Yeah.
sass.panama, or you gotta subscribe to Alex's Facebook page. He shares it. He shares it in all the groups.
Yeah.
But if
Truly,
you want it live, you got to be on his page.
truly talented dudes, man. We are
Every
super
Monday
thankful.
at 5 o'clock.
You'll always catch us
We
tuning in.
never miss. We never miss.
Man. We never miss. They always got good things to share.
That's fun.
Always, for sure.
All right, and then episode numero 9. Number 9.
Oh man, that was interesting. That was a good, interesting episode.
Yeah. RGB Production. That
Yes.
stands for Rob Getman, Giancarlo Benedetti Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And we had them on the show because we have worked with them so much.
So much. And by the way, guys, I'm sitting next to their muse.
I'm the muse.
Their muse. He inspires them.
I've been in every one except for one or two of their productions.
And that one was a massive flop.
No, it was a good show.
Man, no, yeah.
It was a flop. No, it was good. It was good.
I'm lying. Hey, but seriously, these guys, whenever they put on a show at the Theater Guild of Con, that is an event.
Yes.
An event. These guys know how to promote their shows. They know how to put their shows together. Their casts are always spot on.
Yeah.
Very meticulous.
Exactly. Like, a lot of people you hear if you dig into the industry is like casting is one of the best things you can do. You know, first, you gotta have, if you don't have a script, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Casting is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys cast the best actors,
Yeah.
only the finest
Only
actors,
the finest actors.
like Jose Mesquita. And so we had them on the show. Not only we wanted to have our friends, but we wanted to like kind of transmit
Yeah.
what do you have to do to put a show on,
Seriously.
and try to drum up interest for the Theater Guild.
Man.
What were some of the hits that they put on?
Man, they put on what's the show with Keanu Reeves movie?
Point Break Live.
Point Break Live, man. Point Break Live. They put on.
If you check out my Henry Tui's actor page, I just posted a bunch of memories from that. I had a death scene that will
I
live
saw
through
that.
the ages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Point Break Live. They also did Groundhog Day,
Groundhog
which
Day.
was a hit and so much fun. Clue, a classic one. What about the one that
Woman
you
in
weren't
Black.
in? Woman in Black, by far best play I've ever seen at the Theater Guild. Hands up.
I get stopped on the street.
Woman in Black. Woman in Black.
Once or twice
Woman in Black.
a week. No, once or twice total. To this day, I have people coming up to me if I'm at the Theater Guild. They're like, "Hey, I saw Woman in Black, and that was
Woman in
good."
Black. Best show I've seen at the Guild. Best show.
Yeah,
Best show.
that one gets a lot of acclaim. People remember that. We scared the shit out of people.
I was scared out of my mind.
Scaring people is not easy because you can get corny, but these guys pulled it off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, episode number 10.
Scared out of my mind.
Those guys are good. RGB Productions. Check out the Theater Guild. Give lots of love to the Theater Guild.
Yeah, man. The old gal. She's been around for
The old
ages.
gal needs
She
us.
needs it.
Speaking of gals, but young gals, not old gals, Theater Guild.
Yeah.
Young gals, Hillary.
Hillary Hughes.
Hillary Hughes.
Hillary Hughes.
Oh, I love Hillary.
Man, let me tell you guys something. If you guys want to eat delicious cakes, you guys got to call Hillary Hughes, man. At the baking place by Hill. We talked to her for hours. I think that's been the longest show we've done in the history of Rapscallions.
I never even took a breath either.
No. We talked about everything Hillary's done. She's such an accomplished person. Not only is she a mother of 2 beautiful kids, but she's also an actress. She's also a baker. She's baked us both cakes for our birthdays.
Get the flan. First, that's like the free drugs you buy, but you're gonna have to pay for it. Get the flan first, and you're gonna be like, ugh, and then you're gonna start ordering her maracuya cake,
Man.
and all of this stuff.
After the flan, get the tres leches.
Oh,
Because she made me one for my birthday this year.
internal orgasm.
Oh my god. So you guys got to try the baking place by Hill.
So on this list of all the things that she is adept at, and by adept I mean really good at, she is personally responsible for my acting career.
She recruited you.
She recruited me. I went to the Theater Guild. Like, I came back from the United States. I was in Panama. I was up in the States in university. I was living there for a while. I decided to move back to Panama. And then someone was like, "Hey, let's go to the Theater Guild." I was like, "The Theater Guild is still open? Oh my god!" So we went to the Theater Guild, and I had a ball. A ball. And,
when you have a ball is when you have a good time.
Good times, baby. And you know, my memories of the Theater Guild was I live on Ancon Hill. I lived in Balboa Heights.
Right.
I would run down the hill, and my dad was the bartender.
Man, it was
so I'd go there, and my dad would give me a little shortstop, a little small rum and coke, and I would sit on the stairs inside and watch plays.
Right. You sit on the stoop.
Yeah, I would sit there and watch plays with little fake rum and coke. It probably had like 2 drops in it.
Right.
two shots, more like it. So I come back from the States, and someone mentioned the Theater Guild, and I was just flabbergasted that the Theater Guild was still in operation. I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yep.
I went to see the play. I loved it. And when I came outside...
Which play was that? Do you remember?
It was Noises. Was it Noises Off?
Noises Off. Yeah, I remember that show.
Insane. That was really good.
Yeah.
And I came outside, and I went to congratulate Hillary, who was an actor in that play, and Giancarlo... I believe was co-producing that one, or
I think so.
He was an actor in that one.
Well, I don't think he was in it.
I went up to Hillary and congratulated her, and she said, "I'm directing the next play, and I want you to audition for it."
And you were like, "What?"
I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." And I was like, "One more thing to be awesome at." You know, super confident. And so I went to the audition.
Right.
And the audition, the character was a middle-aged man, I guess I was middle-aged enough, whose father is put in the home, in a home for Alzheimer's.
Elderly people. Yeah.
And I had just done that with my sister like the month before. And so I told my sister I was going to the audition. She's like, you gotta go. And then when I got out, I called her immediately. I was like, this is what the story is about. She's like, we laughed so hard. She's like, it's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
Go give it your all.
Right.
And then I got the part.
Right.
You know, I struggled a little bit at first, and then I realized, you know, with the tutelage of several people from the Theater Guild, from Hillary, Giancarlo, and Amit Nathani, they helped me, and then finally something clicked inside my head.
Right.
And the rest is history. Anyway.
Right. You learn a lot at the Theater Guild.
Yes.
A lot of people think it's community theater, but yo, the plays, the shows that we have put on there are top quality. It's the type of thing that you would see at the so-called professional theaters in Panama. Even though the actors at the Theater Guild are not getting paid, that doesn't mean we skimp on the effort.
Nope. That's where you learn how to be a professional.
That's right.
You come here. This is your tutelage.
Yes.
Bruce Quinn started there.
Bruce Quinn, Ruben Blades performed there.
Started there.
Yeah.
So, you know, big old props to the Theater Guild. Danny Norman, hello. He also performed at the Theater Guild.
That's right.
Parents were very involved in the Theater Guild. All right, we could always talk about Theater Guild. Let's move on. So, episode number 12. You know what? We always had talked about stuff that we were good at. We would choose topics that we were good at.
Yeah.
So we chose in this episode. We brought in an expert.
We brought in an expert, man, because we were talking about, man, we were still locked in our homes. When was it, September? We were still locked in our homes.
I was getting crunk on homemade beer and stuff.
Oh,
jeez.
people were needing inspiration, guys. So we thought, what are people doing in their homes, man? Yo, they're making drinks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring in an expert Cheers to that, man.
Cheers to Robbie.
Cheers to Robert Martin, expert mixologist. We brought him in. I gotta take a sip because I just cheered with my buddy.
It's true. We learned that.
No doubt. You can't not
cheers
take a sip and not take a sip.
What are you guys sipping on?
Tell us. Let us know, man. Right now we're drinking out from Jim Beam and Coke.
Danny Norman. Just tuned in. He reminded me of one of the most special things. Like, his family was very active in the Theater Guild.
Right.
And when you know, we were friends. We were hanging out.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, you're acting now? Listen to this. So this is my first time acting, right?
Right.
And I go and I take my bow, my first bow of ever being on the stage. And usually people throw flowers at you, right?
Yeah.
Danny Norman is such a friend, is such a family, that instead of flowers, which eventually wither and die, they wilt.
Yes.
He brought me a bottle of Abuelo rum.
Man, that is the best friend you could possibly ask for.
Imagine that. The whole theater was cheering. This guy went up and handed me a bottle, and I was shaking the bottle. That shit was fucking awesome. Oh my god, I
That
cursed.
is amazing. That is
It was
amazing.
awesome,
That is
Danny.
amazing.
Thank you.
That was
Never
awesome.
forget that moment,
Man,
dude.
Dan Norman.
Yeah.
Dan Norman. Oh, also, shout out to his mom, Sue Norman.
Sue Norman,
Huge fan of the show.
one of the original Famscallions. She's got her Famscallion shirt,
No doubt. No
which
doubt.
you can find at PanamaRP.com.
That's right. That's right.
I love it.
All right, man. Getting
So
us
many memories. I'm getting all like emotional and
getting
shit.
nostalgic. I'm gonna cry. Man, let's get back on track and talk about this man named Robert Martin, supreme mixologist that we had on our show. A good friend, Famscallion, Robert Martin, man. One of the owners of Intimo Restaurant in San Francisco. The most delicious food you have ever tried. I've known Robert Martin for years. Years and years and years. Talented individual. And now he's an awesome mixologist. He came onto the show and he told us how to make drinks. He explained the whole world of cocktail making to us in those 2 hours, man. I think we came out of that enlightened,
Yes.
not unlightened.
Enlightened and
Enlightened.
inebriated.
Inebriated as well.
That was a fun show.
Yes.
And just to recap it quickly, we asked him, was like, what's the best thing you can do to take your drink steps up?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, make your own simple sugars.
Simple sugars, man, or simple syrups.
Simple syrups.
Simple
That's it.
syrups.
That changed everything for me.
I'd never made simple syrups before until that show.
Yeah. So all you have to do is put sugar, some water, and whatever flavor. My favorite one is you put sugar, water, and a little tamarindo paste.
Ofi, yes. Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you have something that's sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Belleza.
Man, it makes a world of a difference, man. And I think, and even in the beginning, we initially posted for every week, we posted like a Rapscallions drink
Yeah.
for people to share with us on the day and let us know. Have you
Truth.
made a Rapscallions drink? Let us know.
What's your Rapscallions drink?
What's your Rapscallions drink,
What do you
man?
sizzurp on when you're watching the Rapscallions?
Seriously, man. But yeah, Robert Martin, fantastic show. Incredible insight into the world of restaurants and cocktail making, man. Like, it was great. It was great. If you haven't seen his restaurant, Intimo Restaurant, check him out on Instagram. Delicious food. Believe me, you will
Very
not be
good.
sorry.
And they've taken all the measures because of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
so you can order from them. I think they have outdoor seating.
They do have a beautiful terrace, which they did specifically because of the pandemic. It's fantastic. I was there like a month ago. They got fans all over the place. They got the seating is socially distant. You can go there, enjoy your meal, and feel safe.
And their sangria, I think on that show, many people were
Mm-hmm.
like, tell us about the sangria. People
Yeah.
thought that it was like some secret.
Yeah.
And you know what? Call them up and they'll deliver the sangria, right?
Yeah. You can get that at your home,
All
man.
that stuff.
You can get them on ASAP.
ASAP.
ASAP, that's an app
ASAP.
that people use. ASAP?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
it's
soon
an
as possible.
app. As soon as possible. It's the app. ASAP.
ASAP app.
ASAP. App. Yes.
So make that simple syrup. You know.
Yeah, totally.
Take your drinks to the next level, because maybe you don't want to drink so much soda.
Yeah.
You like your booze like us.
Yeah,
Like, you like your booze,
yeah,
but
it's
you're like,
normal.
hey, you know what? The soda is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Make your simple syrup, get some soda water, and you're going to be delightfully surprised.
No doubt.
Where are we at?
Simple syrups,
Do
man.
we need
Simple
another
syrups.
helpful shot or
Let's have a shot. Why not, man?
Yes.
It's our anniversary. Rapscallions.
anniversary?
Having shots.
We're having shots. Beautiful shot glasses.
Is anyone having shots out there? Let us know.
Anyone out there, to all our Famscallions out there tuning, hey, Danny, what are you sizzurping on? What are you drinking? Ralphie, I haven't heard from you in a while. Hello.
I think Chet's
Senor
watching,
Webster,
but he's not
Senor
saying
Chechi, where you guys at? We need a shout out.
Let
All
us
right.
know.
Here's to the Famscallions. We
Thank
love
you guys.
you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Orale. All right. I feel so much. I
it's a
feel like
good
we should
tequila.
do a show on Mexican culture.
Yes, we should. There's
Yeah.
a lot to talk about tequila in itself.
Oh, goodness. All right. Where are we going next, man? We spoke to Robert Martin. He blew our minds.
Yeah. This was a
Oh, this next show was probably one of my favorites. Probably one of my freaking favorites. Episode 13 on the island of Coiba.
And in the zone we say Coiba.
Coiba.
Are you going to Coiba?
Like a cigar? Oh,
Yeah.
aren't there like
Cohiba?
Cohiba? Man, this has to be one of the
Hey,
episodes.
Allison's tuned in. Allison Patrick. She was the winner of one of our prizes.
Truth. She got some wonderful hats, courtesy of Captain Andy, the canal pilot.
That's on our list of things to get to.
It is. And we also... Cheers, Allison. Boom.
Part of the Rapscallions.
No doubt. We also got beautiful pictures of her kids wearing the hats.
Oh,
Amazing.
we're going to hire them as models. That's what we need.
Seriously, man.
Speaking of models, is it time? No, is it time
It's
yet?
not time yet. We still got 15 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
It's not time.
It's not time yet.
Not time.
Oh, Cohiba.
Coiba. Listen,
Coiba.
if you guys want to visit somewhere that's incredible, you guys got to go to Coiba, man. Coiba. This place, not only is it a nature preserve, but it also used to house one of the most menacing and dangerous prisons in all of Panama.
Truth.
How wild is that?
It's nuts. And, you know, one thing worked into the other is like it had such a reputation for being a place that you couldn't survive in. That and also because it was a prison, that there was no encroachment from civilization.
Nope.
So that created a wonderful preservation of nature.
Oh my God.
There's things that you can only find nowadays on Coiba.
Yes. And let me pause right now. Chechi's chiming in.
A Chechi chime?
We have a Chechi chime, one of the elusive Chechi chimes. He says, I am here, fam, having some mead with lime. Mead, man. Mead. That's a whole nother adventure. That's a whole nother multiverse.
That's gonna come out. That's gonna come out in one of the later episodes.
Oh my God. Chechi, he wonderful mead maker.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about him later.
Yes.
Because right now we're talking about Coiba.
Coiba.
So listen, guys. Coiba had one of the most menacing prisons in Panama. Back in the day, they used to put all the most dangerous criminals in this island, in this prison. Right? We've heard accounts of things that have happened on this island, which just blew our mind as to how menacing apparently it was for people that were there with like alligators and other sorts of nasty creatures, sharks, like people that would jump off boats and try and swim to safety, but they wouldn't make it because there were sharks in the water, man. This is definitely one of those locations that in the future we hope to do a visit, and we're gonna sleep, camp overnight in Coiba, man, because apparently there's a lot of paranormal activity.
And this episode isn't our most commented on YouTube, but is one of our most watched and led to something very important. We're gonna
very special event.
Very special
in the history of Rapscallions.
in the history of Rapscallions.
So Coiba, man, definitely a beautiful place that you guys need to talk about, learn about, visit about. Because for Panamanian history, man, it's amazing.
Man, that shot really hit me.
I know, me too. I am enunciating so as not to slur.
I'm gonna over-enunciate. I will properly enunciate every single one of my words.
And that is an amazing segue to the next topic that we talked about in our following show.
Oh, Joe, you are
HB.
fantastic. Is the master of segues.
He gave us
Joe Jose Gabriel Mezquita Lapadula, el maestro, Lord, the master of the segue.
Yes. This one was an HB masterclass. You guys got this information for free.
Yep.
Man, HB told us all of his home remedies for hangovers, man. Take it away.
Man, Joe, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Usually, you have to be like I have a lot of friends.
Right.
I have a lot of good friends.
No doubt.
I have a lot of best friends.
No doubt.
You know, I don't even use the word best friends.
No, man.
But you gotta be like
Close.
you gotta be close.
No doubt.
If you want this information, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? When the book closes, your name is gotta be on one of the pages. You know what I'm saying? So, we talked about the hangover cures.
Man.
We talked about the history of hangover cures. Ancient Rome, they had like goat piss and I don't know what the fuck else.
I'm not drinking.
Forget that stuff.
Nope.
Forget it. We went through all at Panamanians. They got lots of hangover cures. Red soda, big. That works pretty good.
Red soda.
Let's see, beefsteak
Encebollado.
hígado encebollado, liver and onions with an egg on top.
No doubt.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
That sounds amazing.
Cup of coffee. Stay
Nope.
away from that.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from that. But there is one true cure for the hangover.
Oh.
Exercise is pretty high, but there's one that tops it.
Oh.
Mate te.
Mate te.
Te mate.
Te de mate.
You know when you see like the Argentinian people, they have that little thing with the metal straw, and they're all like being dicks and stuff. Don't worry about all that apparatus.
No.
Go get those little tea bags or a bag of the leaves. You can brew it however you want. I guarantee you that is going to cure all your ailments. You might have a little bit of a headache, but everything else, spick and span, man.
Hey, man, if you have a headache, take some Tylenol.
Take a little aspirin, take
Take
Tylenol.
some aspirin.
But mate te is going to cure your hangover. Guaranteed. I guarantee it.
You heard it
I guarantee it.
You heard it here.
That's the
first.
only thing that works 100%.
That's right, man. You heard it here first. HB, man. He's studied this
I've
for
studied
years.
it. You know, I've actually, for the purposes of science, I have submitted my own body for years of subjective torture, only to serve the Rapscallions.
Rapscallions, man. Rapscallions. You heard it here first, man. Mate te.
Mate te. You
Mate
can buy
te.
tea bags, and you know what? If you don't like tea, if you don't like this and that, keep a little pouch of tea bags. Maybe you are at a business conference and you have to go out with people and you drink too much the night before, and then the next day you have to give a presentation.
Yep.
Mate te.
Mate te, man. Mate te.
Mate te.
Mate te. I always thought you had to have the fancy apparatus for it,
You don't.
but now I know you don't.
Yeah, like the real mate te people are gonna be like, oh, eso que es. But you know what?
They can go.
We
boink
went over
themselves.
this on the coffee thing. You know, you enjoy what you need to enjoy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a big fan of tea and green
Yeah.
teas and loose leaf teas.
No doubt.
But mate te is regular in my cycle of consumption. Not
Give me
because
a
I'm
big
hungover
pack.
all the time, but because I enjoy the flavors.
Flavors. HB, give me a big pack of mate te,
Yeah.
which I have in my kitchen. Meanwhile, shout out to Chechi, who says he is 45% crunk.
Hey, that's an excellent level, man.
It's an
45%
excellent
crunk is a good level of crunk.
Especially on a Sunday afternoon in your home. Can't go wrong with that, right? Cheers to
Cheers.
Chechi.
Cheers. And to the rest of the
Scallions.
Famscallions. What's your level of crunk? Let us know.
Let us know.
We're celebrating a
yes.
1-year anniversary.
We are. And, you know, HB just gave you guys some knowledge, which is an excellent segue to our next topic.
Our next topic is very special to me because of the guest that we had on the show. The topic of the show was teacher talks.
That's right.
You know, during the pandemic, a lot of kids had to do Zoom school and I don't know what, and because of the quarantines,
Yeah, just like virtual school.
you have kids at home, you don't know what to do, what
Yeah.
can we do to help?
Yeah.
So we needed to call on an expert.
Yeah, because I think all of us know parents that were going through very difficult times, just like living their lives and also helping their kids go to school through a computer screen, man.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
So we called on an expert. Probably one of my favorite experts in the whole world.
Totally, man. Wonderful expert.
My sister, Kara Tui McGirt. She's a teacher, and she's also a special ed teacher. She has all these diplomas and se que vaina, all this stuff I don't understand.
All the you know se que vaina.
So we asked her to come on the show to help explain not only the situation, but how to cope with keeping your children engaged on the show. And I think, and one of the things I always repeat from that show as far as quarantine and whatnot is, she lives in Florida, and Florida is a little different from the rest of the country. And I expected a certain answer when I asked her the following question. I was like, do you think that at the time of the interview we should have let the kids back into school because sorry, let me preface the question. I was like, as a teacher, you have inside knowledge that the rest of us don't have. You've spoken to government officials. You have an inside or a clear presentation of how the coronavirus acts, how it might affect your students, what things to take into account, how to identify a student who's sick, how it might spread, and other scenarios that you need to know from. They were taught that as a teacher. So I asked the following question. I was like, do you think that it's the appropriate time to send kids back to school? And she said, absolutely not. Boom.
Full stop.
Full stop. And that's not the answer I expected. I expect, because everyone says it's time to get moving.
Yeah.
It's time to get moving. It's time to get moving.
Yeah.
But, you know, I really respect my sister's judgment in given the information that she had access to. So
yeah, that
really stood out to me. And of course, spending time with my sister during a pandemic and being 1,000 miles away was very special.
For sure, man. And I think I really appreciated how honest she was about everything that we were talking about and just kind of giving us like real life information, real life scenarios. Because of course, neither you nor I are teachers to children. We're teachers to people in life.
Yeah, we read about it. We spread our knowledge.
Yeah.
But like being a teacher is a whole nother universe.
A whole nother universe, man. So for her to say, because I think people were really cool. I mean, not cool, but people were really keen to be like, whatever, man. We just need to like live like the pandemic's not happening and keep moving forward, blah. But I mean, hearing it from someone who would have been impacted directly by it was eye-opening.
It was eye-opening. And on several occasions, like just to give a short, brief overview, there are certain sections of schools that were put into bubbles. So you're not allowed to interact with other sections of the school. Yeah. And on several occasions, she was sent into quarantine because one person within her bubble had tested positive.
Right.
And that means that everyone in the bubble needs to be quarantined.
Needs to quarantine. And can you imagine how wild that is? That even today, where we have people, of course, Panama is still not at the point where we should be with regards to vaccinations, but still, if I were invited to a work meeting, right? And I've already had my 2 jabs. I'm invited to a work meeting, and say there's 25 people at that work meeting, and somebody tells me, "Oh, Joe, sorry, there was one person that tested positive for COVID." I still have to self-isolate for a certain amount of time.
And the people in your personal bubble.
And the people in my bubble. So HB would have to isolate. Kelly would have to isolate. Mo would have to isolate.
And the people that Kelly interacts with.
And the people that Kelly interacts with. The people HB interacts with. So this is like a ridiculous... I mean, imagine with kids. That kids don't know. They're like, self-distance. Yeah, self-distance, my friends. Hugs. So it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
Shout out to Dan Norman, says, yerba mate, try it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's the only guarantee I'll give. Everything else will get you like 50, 60% max. Yerba mate and an aspirin, you're back to...
Unless, Dan, you stay 45% crunk like our man Chechi.
That's what I'm talking about.
No doubt. All the time. Stay 45% crunk. We should get t-shirts that say that. 45% crunk.
45% crunk.
Hey, it's time for our next commercial.
Oh. So, back to our commercial breaks. We have new t-shirts. And you can purchase them on happyintrovert.com.
Yes.
And also at panamarp.com. Mm-hmm. And to celebrate the occasion, we hired only the finest models. Only the finest models.
Beautiful models.
The most beautiful models.
Oh my God.
Give me 1 second. I'm almost more than 45% drunk.
So, listen, we went to the most exotic locations to make these shoots happen.
Exactly. And we hired just the finest.
Our model Jose is showing fashionable merch from the Happy Introverts. Top quality print on the softest cotton shirts featuring the Rapscallions, your favorite.
Wow.
That
I'm
was-
so
oh
impressed.
my god. God, I need to order like 20 more of those shirts.
I mean, did you see that guy?
Man, look at him.
The guy at the end, he flexed.
He flexed. So that means if you buy a Rapscallions shirt,
You're going to look as good as that guy.
oh my god.
You're going to have the confidence of that
Oh
guy.
my god.
You're going to be able to rap like that guy.
Oh my god.
You're going to have your own podcast like that guy.
Oh my god.
You're going to have the bank account of that guy.
Oh my god. If only.
All your dreams are going to come true
All the dreams.
if you purchase Rapping with Rapscallions merch.
Oh,
Super
man.
important.
Oh my god. PanamaRP.com. Designed by the one and only Karina Weber, man.
And this was a special design for the Happy Introverts.
Mm-hmm.
So at the bottom it says, because we modified the usual design, but at the bottom it says, leave a comment. No pressure.
No pressure.
Because it's for the happy introverts.
That's right, 'cause
if
we
you're
all know-
introverted, you don't have to leave a comment.
You know, if you're an introvert, you're like, should I leave a comment? Do I want to leave a comment? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of introverted today.
I feel kind of introverted. I don't feel like leaving a comment. But you know who did leave a comment?
Mm-hmm.
One of the Famscallions.
Oh, snap.
Very active, who has also came up with the idea for a show we're going to talk about a little later. Michelle Kuo says, happy anniversary. Love the new shirts. The models are crushing it.
Oh, my God.
Damn straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Yo.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
She has been a Famscallion from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
She helps us. Her family helps us.
No doubt. Oh, she is a social media expert.
She is. She helps us with ideas on how to improve
Mhm.
our stories.
Mhm.
She helps us with ideas for shows.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the show that she came up with, we're definitely
Man,
let
that
you
was
know.
a fun show. I don't know if we're going to get to it today.
Let's see. Let's try. Oh,
Let's try.
okay. We got 30 minutes. There's no we're going to make it. So
No way.
definitely going to have to tune in next week. Episode 17.
Oh my gosh, we got lost in this one, man. We totally got lost
I
in
have
this
zero
one.
memory of this one.
Oh.
Episode 17 was the world of rum. World of rum. We drank way too much rum for that one. I have some slight recollections. We talked about the history of rum. Oh,
Yes, we talked about the history of rum.
we got more than Chechi drunk. We were more than 45%.
We were more than 45%. I think we were maybe 55% drunk.
Oh yeah, 55. Thanks.
We talked about first of all, we talked about rum making. All right,
Yes.
we spoke about rum making. We talked about how you make rum. You know, the barrels. You got to put the rum in
History.
the barrels, man. The history of the rum, where the rum came from,
Yeah.
how long it has to be before it's considered a rum.
You know what? Now that you're talking and rapping, you're jogging my memory. So, you know, from the New World, all the European overlords or masters of the colonies would send
Master
back.
of the universe.
They would send the He-Men would send
Yes.
back gold, silver, pearls,
Uh-huh.
but there was also oro blanco,
Mm-hmm.
not the cocaine that we're talking about today.
No.
Sugar.
Mm.
So in the refinement of sugar, a byproduct is molasses.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just dump that shit into the ocean. So the slaves would take this molasses, and they identified that there was enough sugar in there for fermentation, and they started creating rum. And like many other things, the Whitey took that idea.
White tea.
Whitey. They took that idea and created a huge business out of it.
Man, a conglomerate
And that's the distillation of rum.
empire.
My goodness.
And we went over all of it.
Michelle Kuo says rumnesia.
Yeah.
Definitely rumnesia. Definitely rumnesia.
Listen, we talked about the history of rum. We talked about all the different Panamanian rums. Let me tell you something. There are so many different types of rum from Panama.
Yeah.
Out
they're
there.
mostly from the same distillery.
The same distillery, but they sell them under different names, different people. We talked about Don Pancho,
Don Pancho, yes.
who is a staple in Panamanian rums. You know, even today, I was over at Bodega Mi Amiga. I was picking up the bottle of Beam, And I saw this rum called Isla Cañas. Have you heard of that one?
There's so many. I can't.
Matt, and this one is also another Don Pancho rum. And I was like, how many rums does this man make?
That's the thing. That's what we talked about in the episode. Don Pancho was a master distiller from Cuba, came to Panama, and when Barrera Hermanos rebranded Abuelo, he came up with their formula, which I have to say is great.
Yep.
Don Pancho, rum genius.
Totally.
So when people come and ask for a brand, they make a deal and they say, okay, is it only for export? Is it only for national consumption? We'll vary we'll vary the blend, and this will be your product, depending on how much you pay us.
Yeah.
So Don Pancho comes up with those formulas, and that's what you get with these different types of.
I think maybe in the future we should do a show where we purchase several bottles of these Don Pancho rums, and we taste them.
I'm down with that.
To see what the difference is.
I already said yes.
Okay.
And what else do? We drink them?
We drink them, and we get 55% crump.
Yes. Okay.
55.
What else do we have to do? We taste them, compare them.
Well, we would need some sponsorship. So if you guys want this to happen, visit PanamaRP.com and hit us up.
Yes. PanamaRP.com. We've got all the donation buttons. We have a PayPal donate button. If you want to give us one coffee a week, you can do a little subscription. What Allison says, Damien likes Zafra. We're going to revisit that for the renewed rum show.
Seriously.
Rapscallions have been on a bourbon streak because it's been on sale because of the pandemic.
Yes.
But usually we drink.
We do drink our rum. Abuelo. 7 años, because we've realized that our mature age, 7 años and above. 7 años. We can't do the añejo anymore. We can't. No.
Yeah. Only for shows.
Only for shows.
All right.
So we're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that.
By the way,
and we're gonna try that Safra. I've tried it, but
I haven't tried it, so I'm dying to try it. And I also want to try the Panama Red.
Oh shit!
I almost purchased that one at Super G. I almost tried it at Super G. By the way, if you haven't been to Super G in Casco Viejo, amazing shop.
They have the Williamson Brothers.
Yes.
The overproof white.
That is a punch to the brain. Oh my god, I haven't finished mine. That is delicious, though. Delicious. But yo, just on the comment you said about something that YT stole. Today I was watching this documentary on Netflix called This Is the 90s, and it was talking about Boyz II Men. You remember Boyz II Men?
Never heard of them.
No, man.
Yeah, I went to your wedding, dog. This guy's wedding, it was like a Boyz II Men reenactment show, dude. Jesus Christ.
Well, listen, let me tell you. They were talking about Boyz II Men and how big they were. A huge group, amazing. And then Babyface, Babyface, famous producer, he was all like, and then the other guys showed up. And I was like, the other guys? All the white boy bands from the late 90s, early 2000s stole Boyz II Men's formula.
Oh, yeah.
Big formula. They made it friendlier. They made it more pop. Because, Boyz II Men, they were always considered urban, so they had to cross over into pop.
I thought you were talking about, like, Backstreet Boys or something. Boyz II Men was legit,
No,
dude.
Boyz II Men was legit. So Boyz II Men, but they were always cataloged as urban.
Because My Prerogative is the best song ever made.
With Bobby Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boyz II Men, BBC.
Yeah. So then these artists had to cross over to pop because they were considered urban. So pop radio always had a broader reach than urban. But then, you had the Backstreet Boys in Sync, 98 Degrees. They were automatically pop. And they sounded like Boyz II Men. But since they weren't from, like, the streets, they were easier.
They were more huggable.
More huggable, yes. Yes. And then Babyface was like, all these girls had all these posters, Backstreet Boys and Sync, 90 Degrees on the walls. How many people have posters of Boyz II Men on the wall? And I was like,
I think you do.
I have one in my bedroom, master bedroom. It's
How
on
did
the
we
ceiling.
get to this topic, dude?
Because, no, you were saying how YT.
Oh, yeah.
It was a segue, man.
Let's do a show on that, dude. We're going to do a show on blues, reggae, Every genre of music.
that the white man stole.
Yeah.
All that. But you know one thing the white man didn't steal? No, we're up, dude.
Oh.
We're talking about teachers. Oh no, World of Rum.
World of Rum. Okay. So episode 18.
Wait, how did we skip this one? We skipped that one.
Oh shit.
Sorry guys, we're doing a backtrack.
Okay, so we talked earlier about we're about 47% crunk.
We're just jumping all over the Rapscallions timeline
having
right now.
Rapscallions is about laughing and learning. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so look, we talked about Koiba, right? And we
Yes.
talked about how people watched it on YouTube.
Mm.
And someone watched it on YouTube and contacted us.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read the name, I thought it was a hoax.
Yeah, man. I could see why, dude. I was like, yo,
Like-
that guy sang a song with Lonely Island.
I was like, dude, I know all about him. I know his daughter. I grew up with his daughter. But the guy's writing me.
Uh-huh.
He's writing us.
He's like, yo, guys, what's up?
This is a man who dives with great white sharks. This is a man who dives with the Meg. He dives with Jaws.
This is a fearless person who's done so much stuff, and he's writing to us.
He's like, hey guys, I saw your Koiba episode, man. I love Koiba. I lived on Koiba. I helped them design Koiba and all this and that. And I died. And I was like,
Man, 1,000 respects. I think when this guy wrote into us, we were both like, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
This is not. No.
Mike Bolton,
Michael Bolton.
famous shark photographer, and
This
Silent at Silent Hunter PTY. You have to see that Instagram page because that's when you lose your fear of sharks and appreciate the majesty of sharks.
Man, when we did the show with this guy, man, sharks have always freaked the crap out of me. But then listening to him talk about sharks and his experiences with sharks, his
And
experiences,
his charisma.
his charisma about sharks, and wow, man, it was just one of those things where you're like, man, maybe they're not the blind killers that movies make them out to be.
That's the thing is we prepared, like we prepared, and we asked people, we asked our friends to come up with questions, and I think for me personally, my favorite question was, what would the world be like without sharks?
Yeah.
And he's like, and his answer, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm doing a poor crunk job on it. He said, the ecosystem wouldn't work.
No.
You have to have a certain balance within the ecosystem where sharks exist.
Yeah.
And they've survived for millions and millions and millions of years.
Yeah.
And their population is low
It's
because
dwindling, man.
of the avarice of man.
Yeah. Because if
We
you
just cut off their fins and let them die.
Yeah.
Because we think that the fins are going to give us a little pep in the pee-pee.
Yeah. And the PP don't need pep, man.
No, we don't need shark pep.
We don't need shark
We
pep.
need shark posters.
We need shark posters. We need more sharks in the oceans. And I think it's one of those things also that kind of society, our culture has brought up on us that sharks are evil,
They're not.
right? But they're not. They're not, man. They're not. Sharks aren't in the ocean swimming around going like, oh, I wonder what human I'm going to eat next.
No. You're more likely to get trampled by a cow than get bitten by a shark.
Cows
and
are
the
evil.
most dangerous animal on the planet is the mosquito.
Mosquito.
Ain't nobody like mosquitoes.
Nobody worries about mosquitoes because they're about this big.
Yeah.
But sharks, man, that episode with Mike Bolton was eye-opening. It was amazing. It was inspiring. Our dream is to go on a shark expedition with Mike Bolton, man.
It's in the books. It's
It's
in
in
the
the
books.
books.
He agreed to it on the show. We have verbal confirmation, Mike.
Yes.
If you're out there listening, we're gonna do this. I think we have legal precedence because you said on the show.
I think so. He said it on the show, man. We
Mike
had it
is a
recorded.
great guy.
Totally.
And it was wonderful to have him on the show and share all of his experiences
Yeah,
and
man.
to edify us, educate us.
Man, And also to think, I mean, we've had some fantastic guests over this past year, man.
Oh man. Yeah.
All of them experts in their craft, all of them respected individuals, and it's very humbling to think that they'd be like, "Yo, man, let me be on your show." Yeah.
We asked them, "Can you be on the show?" They're like, "Yeah."
It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's a wonderful thing, man. We feel blessed. So thank you to all of our guests, man.
Mike,
Thank you.
Mike, we want to go diving with you. If
Yes.
you want to see us dive with sharks, go to PanamaRP.com.
Yeah.
Press those buttons where you donate.
Mm-hmm.
If you want us to drink Zafra rum,
We need to buy a bottle.
go to the donate page and donate exactly the amount a Zafra rum costs. Wink, wink. You know who I'm talking to.
Or if you just want us to drink a whole variety of rums on the show while we're talking to you, we could do that too.
We can do that too.
Do that too.
Dude, totally possible. See,
Totally.
this is why this man is a master of segue.
Totally. So just let us know, man, and we'll totally drink all the rum that you guys want us to drink. And we'll let you know what it tastes like and if it's good.
It's good.
For sure.
My clicking ability on Excel spreadsheets is suffering.
Because we're 55% crunk, guys.
5%. Allison says, I'm on it. Thank you. Talk to the Zafra fan.
Thanks so much. It'll
Okay.
happen.
Now, you know what? We've gone to the depths of the ocean.
Oh,
We've
my
swam
God.
with sharks. But with our next guest, you know where we went?
Where did we go?
Mach 10, baby!
This guy with the segways, man. Killer.
You guys have all seen Top
Sure.
Gun, but you know what? One of our friends is a jet jockey. He's a pilot. The guy flies those supersonic jets that you see in the movies. He's actually done it. And
Jet
we had him on
fighter.
the show.
We had him on the show, man. This guy flies jets. How many of you guys know people that fly jets? Do you know the responsibility that you need to have when
Training.
you're flying a jet, dog?
Man.
The training, dog. And this episode was very special because this is, I think it's been the only episode that we've done so far that has been pre-recorded.
It was pre-recorded. And I want to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Because we were going to do a show, and he was going to do it from a hangar that had all these special jets in it. Lo and behold, technology once again failed us.
Yep.
We had an internet outage. We had to call it.
Yep.
So we pushed it to the next week. And
Yep.
unfortunately, he didn't have access to the same hangar of
Nope.
these multi-million-dollar fighter jets.
Man, because it's not like, yo, jets cost money.
Yeah.
It's not like, cheap.
Yeah. Jets is expensive.
Jets is expensive.
Your tax dollars are paying for them.
Hey, if you want us to have a jet, visit PanamaRP.com.
Mash those buttons. PanamaRP.com in the header. You don't even have to scroll down.
Yep.
Go to the right. There's buttons there.
That's right. And it was a beautiful thing, man, because not only did we talk about jets and his experiences on jets, and also before we change to the next topic that we discussed about with Luke, which was so important.
Yeah, okay.
Jet fighter pilots have become kind of really like what mentioned in the news over the past couple of weeks or months because of the whole UFO discoveries or whatever.
That's true.
Remember all that stuff that was
yeah.
happening? But we asked Luke. He told us he'd never seen a UFO. So, I don't know. But, hey, he's been up there. He's been flying at crazy speeds. We can only imagine what that must feel like.
You got to check that show out because we asked him, what's it like to go faster than the speed of sound? You know, like, what's it like, just pushing the stick in that jet? And
Amazing.
then we got into something that the Rapscallions is very, very intent on. Something
No
that
doubt.
we always talk about is mental health. You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
And Luke had started a group, an initiative to help naval pilots deal with mental stress and mental health.
Yeah.
Which is mental health is number one on the Rapscallions
For sure.
list of importance.
For sure.
We're always here to talk. Someone's out there to talk to you. Get your
Yeah.
mental health straight, man. We're all here to help.
I think if it's one of the things that this pandemic has helped bring to light has been, and we talked about this earlier today, is just how important it is to make sure that mentally you are well.
Yeah.
You know, the mind has such an important impact on how you are, because sometimes you'll potentially imagine or think things are a certain way, but they're not, and it's just about bringing yourself back to a place of safety. You know, a place where you can kind of be like, I'm in my zone, I know what I'm doing, I know what is happening, I'm understanding the situation, and then helping yourself deal with the situation in a way which is beneficial to you and not someone else. Because sometimes you kind of be like, what can I do to make this person's life better? But sometimes you got to be like, well, how do I make my life better?
Right.
You know?
And you know, it was kind of cool to, you know, we started off our shows talking about stuff like that, and mental health is very important.
It's very important.
You know, we're all, like I said earlier, we're all swimming in the same sancocho.
Yeah.
Learn how to breathe. Step number 1, learn how to breathe. And number 2, learn how to reach out to someone. Talk to someone.
Yeah. And it was very cool to hear someone like Luke being a jet fighter pilot. You know, I mean, growing up, I always watched G.I. Joe. I had this idea in my mind of what, you know, jet fighter pilots were like. Yeah. And hearing Luke kind of say, you know, I had to find help. I had to get help. I had to understand how to deal with these thoughts. You know, and I've dealt with thoughts like this, and you've dealt with thoughts like this, and just kind of understanding, like, man, even this person.
That's the cool thing about reaching out.
Wow.
This guy's like, we've both gone through it. We've both talked about it on a lot of our shows. Mental health is very important. And then to find out that someone who is required to be in tip-top mental condition because they have $15 million play in their hands, and if a jet pilot admits to having any social fears or mental fears, their career's over.
Yeah.
Now we don't, you know, if I admit to you that I'm having mental health problems, it's not going to ruin my career.
No.
So, you know, it kind of opened up our feelings to be able to talk to Luke about that.
Yeah, and I think it's just very interesting because sometimes people feel scared. They'll be like, man, if I tell my friends how I'm feeling, or if I tell anyone how I'm feeling, they'll be like, oh, get over it, man. Let's deal with it. But no.
Get some help, man.
Sometimes
cool.
you gotta get help.
The best thing to do is to reach out to a Rapscallions.
Man.
Segue, guess who's tuned in?
Oh, who's tuned in?
Arnold Ferguson said, saludos, tarde, pero fiel.
Oh, snap.
Arnold has been a Rapscallions for a long time. Very active in our conversations.
Much appreciated. Arnold, what's up, man? Yo. We have like 7 minutes left. You understand this, right?
Okay, let's run.
Let's run.
Fiestas Patria.
Oh, nobody cares about that.
Right? Let's keep talking about mental health. Jet Jock. Hey, you know what? Let's we got 8 minutes left. We're gonna continue this celebration on next week's show.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna continue working on our mental health.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And we want to thank everyone who's been a guest.
If we didn't mention you today, we're going to mention you. I'm out of ice. If we didn't mention you today, we're going to mention you next week, man. If there's one thing, like we said earlier, we appreciate all the guests that we've had on the show. And we want to have more guests moving forward, man. I think part of the fun of this, even though we enjoy talking about a lot of different subjects between ourselves, man, we love being able to talk about other subjects with other people, man. And there's a lot of people we didn't mention today that are going to be mentioned next week that have totally blown our minds with fantastic stuff.
Yeah, like I want to say a lot of things right now, but I'm going to hold it till next week's episode.
Yeah, man, because right now we'll be like, let me say something about that.
And then, remember, this guy said this, and that guy said that?
Yeah. No. We got to keep it. We got to keep it in the holster.
We got to keep it in the holster. So remember, all our social media is on PanamaRP.com. Vote for us on the My Road 2021 Roadcast Challenge.
We can't even stress how important, how special that is, man. This is a big deal for us. My Roadcast 2021.
We're the only Panamanian podcast to submit.
Yeah.
We did a special. There's a 2-minute limit. We did our 2-minute show. We added some raps to it. to it. And if you can go... Oh, and Danny Norman says, Ras, next week, 4 de Julio. You know, that's going to affect you personally because we had your episode's coming up in two conversations.
Next week is the 4th of July.
4th of July weekend, I guess.
Hey, man, tune into us during your 4th of July weekend, man. We'll sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah. Send us pictures. You know what's been really cool is a lot of people have been sending in their pictures of what do you do when you're listening to Rapscallions. It's been wonderful.
Seriously, Arnold has sent in some fantastic pictures. One of them still pending for posting.
Yeah. He is getting a manicure. That
Getting his
started
nails
off the
did.
hit.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Getting your nails did is self-care. And if one thing the Rapscallions are big on is self-care. So if you want to get your nail did, you want to get your hair did, you want to get your beard did, you want to get whatever did, go get it done.
Yeah. Life is about enjoyable events.
Man, yeah.
What's more enjoyable than being crunk with the Rapscallions?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Norman says, do it. Do it. You're going to be the second conversation on the next show, Dan.
Seriously, Dan, so get ready because we're going to spill all your secrets.
That was a great episode.
That was a fantastic
Make sure you
episode.
tune in. And you know what? If you're celebrating 4th of July, maybe you got to drive to your folks' house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long drive. Scroll down on our Facebook feed and tune in to the Mega Projects episode with Dan Norman. Mind blown. Hello.
Seriously, man. Hey, if you guys think building a bridge or digging a tunnel is easy,
Ugh. You think building a sandcastle at the beach with your kids
man,
is easy?
seriously, we're gonna. Man, you just gotta watch. You gotta watch.
You gotta watch. Arnold Ferguson says, for my mental health too. Rapscallions, famscallions, we're all worried about mental health, man.
Hey, man, listen. You guys all gotta get some t-shirts on PanamaRP.com. Get some tote bags, man. Carry all your stuff in some magnificent tote bags.
Beautiful.
Beautiful tote bags. Hey, we're here for you, man. And maybe we'll have a contest next week. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a giveaway. Who knows? Because our our anniversary celebrations continue.
That's right. You know, our official anniversary is tomorrow, the 28th.
That's right.
So, I think it's only fitting that we extend it to next Sunday's show.
Sure, it makes all the sense.
Yeah.
And it's the 4th of July, so we can sing the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, say, can you see?
Man, when I was a child, they'd be
Jose,
like,
can
that?
you see?
They'd be
Part
like,
2 of the Rapscallions.
Jose, can you see?
Arnold Ferguson says, going to Monster Truck in San Antonio. Tell them to put it on the big screen, Fergie.
Mm-hmm.
Little trucks jumping around. No, you need to see Rapscallions. That's what
Man, we are the monster truck.
Felicidades. Thank you, brother. And thank you for always tuning in. You know, a few times after the show, Arnold would call me up. He's like, man, I really enjoyed that show. That really means a lot to me. I do appreciate that.
No doubt, man. Total appreciation. If there's something that we enjoy, is letting know that people appreciate what we're doing. They appreciate what they're hearing. Because ultimately, we say it in every episode, man. We're not experts. But we're just trying to spread some knowledge. And that's more about what we're going to talk about next week. Just because we've learned so much over the past year.
It's been incredible.
Learned
We've really
so much.
enjoyed it. And where are we at? 458. Nice mug, see?
These are quality cups.
Joe and his infinite wisdom was like, we need some quality cups. Something to keep the cool, keep the cold.
Mm-hmm. Because if you listen to our first hit single, Have a Drink With Me, we talk about how important it is to have a quality cup so your drink won't spill.
Yeah.
And these quality cups, your drink won't spill.
Hey, Franz Coe's tuned in. Congrats on this first anniversary. Thanks, Franz.
Thank you, Franz.
And I got to give a special shout out to Franz because being able to chat with him and bounce historical ideas has been invaluable. And he sends us documents and stuff like that helps us with our research.
No doubt.
Doug Hanning's tuned in. What's up, Doug? Damn.
Dude.
Long time no talk. He said, where did you get them? Where did we get the mugs from?
We got them from Stanley. Stanley.com. Go to Stanley.com. I think they currently have a sale going on. They're not our sponsors, but these cups are quality.
They're quality. We'll see if we can't sell a version of these on our website, so you can get a quality mug with a Rapscallions logo on.
That would be special, man.
And then, like you said, it'll keep the flies out.
It keeps the flies out.
That's what the lemon's for in the Corona.
And it keeps the mosquitoes out too.
Mosquitoes
No
are a
doubt.
big problem. Yeah.
Yo, it's no doubt. Shout out to Franz, man. Hopefully, one day he'll be on the show with us
I would love to have him on the show.
and talk about some great historical things. Because if there's one thing HB and I learned on Friday, when we did a visit to Panama Viejo, more on this next week. Man, there's a lot of information out there that a lot of people don't know about.
Exactly.
So it's good to get it out.
Panama is the epicenter of a lot of history. 5 o'clock. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to continue our 1-year celebration next week. Joe, give us some words of wisdom.
Guys, it's been a fantastic year so far. Having the Famscallions with us on this journey, all of you tuning in, listening, giving us feedback, helps us grow, helps us learn. And hey, if you're going to be on this ride, on this journey that is life, what better way to do it than with people that are willing to help you become better individuals, right? So keep learning, keep growing, keep trying to be better people. And let's all just enjoy this journey together, because we're all we got.
Yeah. We
No
got to take
doubt.
this journey together. Doug Hanning asked, you ever had Shorty and Slim on the show? I played football with Alex Ray's Green Devils. Twice. On their 25th anniversary, we had Shorty and Slim on the show. And also, they released a Christmas album. And also, we wrote a song for them. And also, I sang on one of their albums. So,
Seashells.
Doug, I'm going to put the links right now. I'm going to put them right after the show. But it's 5 o'clock. We got to sign off. Make sure you follow our Facebook or our Instagram. And bookmark PanamaRP.com. We're here every Sunday at 3 p.m. We're going to add a podcast to it.
Mm-hmm.
Joe?
Hey, and we're also building on our why improv skills, because you know what? Improv is good for businesses.
It is.
And we're going to let you know why it is. So let us know if you want Rapscallions to help you and your business out to improve their improv skills.
That's true. We're gonna be available for not only improv shows, but also improv training, which will help you in ways you never even thought of.
Truth.
Guys, that's wrapping for Rapscallions for today. Tune in next week, 3 p.m. every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our website is www.panamarp.com. You can find all our links.
The celebrations continue next week.
Yeah,
Week.
And check out the lyrics to this song. We put a lot of thought into it.
J-O-E in the place to be. HB on the track, it's like ecstasy. Rowing a well of 7 years, what we drink and be. Trying to sling the dopest rhymes in the galaxy. Let me take a minute though and relax your mind. Sometimes these words can be hard to find. 24/7 on that daily grind. Hearing voices in my head, man, they not that kind. Cause bitches be bitching, snitches keep snitching. The world keeps turning, and I keep hitching a ride instead of living my life. Yo, 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 yo.
Man, when you feel hungry, don't you have to eat?
Yo, yo, pump up the volume and digest this beat.
Rapscallions in the house with this lyrical treat.
When we're done with you, you're gonna ice your feet.
If the world ends tomorrow and you had one chance,
Hey, yo, would you start the move like it's your last dance?
yo, do something small in the past and present changes.
Do something now, the future rearranges.
Cause bitches keep bitching.
Yo, snitches keep snitching.
The world keeps turning.
And you start living your life instead of hitching a ride.